Hey friends, so today we're going to be talking about a study that was published in September of 2021 where they interviewed over 20 experienced clinicians that focused on diagnosing autism from 7 different countries. And they interviewed these clinicians specifically to figure out what traits they look for in adult women that they are assessing for autism. Some of the conclusions that they came to was, one, that adult women that have not been diagnosed until adulthood are able to appear completely neurotypical for several hours. And so assessments need to be several hours or across several different appointments so that the adult females that are being interviewed get tired and are no longer able to mask as well. They also found that standardized assessments that assess for autism are unable to detect autism most of the time in adult women that are of typical intelligence. Some of the things that they looked for were topic maintenance, if the females could stay on topic for an extended period of time, or if they would switch the conversation to something that they were interested in. Their ability to make social inferences and to engage in social reciprocity. How long they spend preparing for and recovering from social interactions. And when assessing for special interests, typically they found that women had useful special interests, whatever that means, and that they would typically engage in their special interest until they had exhausted the topic and knew everything about that, and then they would move on to something else that became their new special interest. Autistic women were also stated to present as very intelligent, but they oftentimes seem to not have excelled as far as you would expect for their level of intelligence in terms of their careers and their personal life. To differentiate from other mental health issues or diagnoses such as borderline personality disorder, narcissism, they would assess for how much the woman had put into trying to compensate for the difficulties that they were having. Compared to other diagnoses, they found that autistic women put a great deal of effort into trying to compensate for their struggles so that they can improve their life, but typically with little actual impact. High emotional empathy, but sometimes with low cognitive empathy and with difficulty understanding or communicating their own emotions to others. Many clinicians noted that while social media might be problematic because a lot of women are going into their assessments already having extensively studied autism traits, that most of the time they actually self-diagnose correctly because they meet other people that are autistic and they can identify with the struggles the other person is having and can internalize that and apply that to their own life. And so they're able to self-identify.